swear that countdown clock screws with me all the time. It goes really fast, and it slows down, and it's like, maybe, nope, I'm going to pull it back.
Starts off that way. Yeah.
Right? But still, all right, everybody, it is Tuesday at 6 p.m. on the left coast, 9 p.m. on the east coast, and I don't know, everything in between.
8 o'clock where I'm at.
See, there you go. See, so I was got to throw that out there. I tell you. But still, we are back live. And you know what? If we're going to talk about serious, mature adult things, we might as well go get a semi-serious, mature adult, right? We couldn't find one of those. So, I just bribed Ken.
Close enough.
Pretty much about as semi-official as we can get.
Right.
But before we get into the fun with Ken, guys, we always do this. So let's go through that wonderful little roll call. E, good to see you, my brother.
What's up, E-Rock?
I think I know this guy.
I know
Maybe
that guy.
A dick, but I think I know him.
He's all right.
He's kind of cool because of this person right there. Mel, you sweet, wonderful person, you. I could really use a cookie fix, but I love you. I love you, Mel. I love you.
I could use one too.
Kevin, how you doing, man? I think it's one of your first times in here, so welcome, my brother.
What's up, Kevin?
Oh, my God, there he is. How did you get out of that mason jar, you little...
Tevin.
Tevin, bro, I got to tell you, the cuteness factor has kind of adopted you. She got a little freaked out when I unscrewed the top of the mason jar and had your hands coming out. She thought you were trying to break out, so sorry, bro. She has officially adopted you, so welcome to the family. True North, how you doing, man?
What's up, True North?
Oh, well, look at this. Look at this. You're finally admitting you're a moron. Chris, I've known that for years, bro. I've known it for years. But I love you, man. I love you. No, man, you're here tonight. We're going to have a lot of fun. All right, Ken, I have known you for a very, very long time. And one of the biggest things that has stood out about me is the story about your childhood. But before we get there and rip that Band-Aid off, let's get the elevator pitch on the official Ken.
Yeah, so I'm the official Ken. I've done a few channels, but this is my main channel now. I do true crime content. Live streams are going to be picking up soon. We've had a lot going on the last couple of months. Been through a move and all kinds of stuff.
Burning down a house.
Yeah. Move, buy a house, set it on fire. It's in the process of being restored. Luckily, the damage was minimal, but yeah. So it's been a good end of 2022, but yeah, that's me. That's me, the official Ken.
I remember. Yeah, I've known Ken for a very, very long time, and I've been privileged to be over on his channel. So welcome in, bro. If you'd like to subscribe, I can always use all the support I can get. Much love here. All righty, man. Now, I know this is your first time on this show. Like I was joking with you in, the green room. It's kind of a mature show, which is worrisome for me.
Chris is growing up. I got it. Yeah.
How long could I keep that up without screwing it up? Still. What we do here a lot, and I'm really, really glad you're on because you were like a dream guest when I started going down this road, is we're talking about veterans and veteran issues. Like, why did we join? Struggles that happened after we got out. But one of the biggest things, your childhood, that has always stuck with me. I know you said you'd share, but are you still willing to share about that? Or
oh, absolutely. I'm an open book, man. Open book.
We're going to kind of start it this way. How did your childhood impact your formative years? Did it really make you the man you are right now? Because you keep having that memory of, when you were knee-high to a grasshopper, what happened?
There are definitely some ways. I mean, the military made me the man I am now. And just growing up, maturing, right? But there's definitely some things that I dealt with as a child that definitely formed my life to where I'm at now. I'll say the military grew me up. I'm glad that I joined the military. I'm glad that I served because that's where I really learned how to, be a man. But my childhood definitely got me there. And there are some things that I still carry from that, which mostly what I consider to be positive things. But yeah, for sure.
So what made you enlist? And I will tell you point blank, I don't know if I've ever said this before, I enlisted at 17 to get away from my mother. Seriously, it's the first time I ever stood up to her. I knew what I wanted to do. I gave her the paperwork at 17 and went, you either sign it now or I do in 3 months. So what made you join?
I enlisted at 17 to get away from my mother. No kidding.
That doesn't surprise me. I was
True
wondering
story.
if that's what it would be, to be honest.
True story. Yeah, I mean, I was raised in an environment that was it was alcohol, drugs, abuse. She had, always some different man around. I mean, it was not a good environment. Me and my sister kind of went different paths. I had a sister at the same time that I pretty much, I mean, I'll say we took care of each other. We were around the same age, so it's
Yeah.
not like I was necessarily raising her, but we pretty much had to fend for ourselves a lot when we were younger. And unfortunately, she went a completely different route, route that she's no longer with us.
I'm sorry. I'm very sorry for that.
Yeah, 17, she made a bad decision that she couldn't take back, and she's gone now.
Welcome back, amigo. Good to see you here.
She got into things that my mother was doing. Luckily, I did not. I can't tell you why I did not. I have no idea, but I didn't. So yeah, I was actually in Fort Jackson when she took her own life. So I got the Red Cross message, went back home for that. But yeah, that type of environment, and I don't know how far in detail, I mean, whatever questions you have, but that kind of environment is what led me to the military and again, who I am now.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, I grew up in an Irish Catholic household, which was basically you got together. Oh, God forgive me. Jersey Joe's going to love this. Every Sunday you had Sunday dinner, but it wasn't like the antipasta and all the crap. It's Irish. You're talking about boiling crap in a crock pot till you drink it with a straw,
Right.
with a lot of beer and a lot of whiskey in the area. All right. I get where those things can have a huge, everlasting impact in you when you see the brutal side of it. And that's the out of control rage. That's the only way I can put it, because some people, when they drink, they're like, I'm the life of the party. Other people think they're Mike Tyson.
Right.
And I hate to phrase it that way, but I'm assuming your mom was more on the Mike Tyson side.
It really depends. If she was just drinking, yes. If she was doing drugs also, she was doing drugs to the point where she was knocked out. So yeah, Sunday dinners for us consisted of normally her being passed out while we were it's funny because I don't mean that's funny, but what I'm getting ready to say is funny. There's things that I still eat now because I ate them when I was a kid. And me and Mel talk about it all the time. There's things she's like, "Ooh, you'll eat that?" I'm like, "Yeah, I ate it when I was a kid." I mean, it's not
that
bad.
bologna sandwich picture. No.
Oh yeah, I'll eat. Yeah,
No.
bologna. I mean,
No.
so I mean, when she was coherent enough, she would be able to go down to the wherever you go to get the the government cheese and that type of food.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much what we had. We always had cheese. We always had peanut butter. We always had pickles. We always had bologna. We always had bread. So I had weird combinations of stuff like that, like peanut butter and pickle sandwiches and, bologna and cheese and things like that. So that's what our Sunday dinners consisted of. I mean, I'm talking about a childhood where
he's talking about it right now.
yeah, that's peanut butter and pickles is one of them. Mel's like, "Oh, that's so gross." I'm like, "It tastes good to me. Whatever."
Hold on one sec. Amigo, look, you can always get a hold of me. I'll be there for you, brother. It is good to see you back. Seriously, it really is. You need anything, you reach out. I got you. But yeah, I mean, it's funny you say it because like there's some things from my childhood, like a peanut butter and cheese sandwich that's been toasted, not like fried, but the 2 pieces of toast and everything. I still eat it.
Never did that combination, but that doesn't sound bad.
I even went so far as the crushed Doritos on top and the other things. It's stuff that like my kids love now. My better half looks at me like, "What is wrong with you?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm dating you, so there's number one."
And then Chris is in trouble.
What else is new? I got out of bed this morning breathing. I did something wrong, It's like we were having an argument the other day. She goes, "I don't listen," and there was something else I can't remember, but still. Now, with your mom's past, I bet that was interesting filling out the mountain of paperwork you've got to fill out to get in the military.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff about her that I don't know. I mean, I know her maiden name and things like that, but you know, anytime like family history is brought up or like medical history stuff like that, I have no idea, no clue.
God, I in some ways I'm an awful lot like that because it's like I haven't seen. I hate saying it this way. I call her my incubator since 91.
Right?
Yeah, about 91. So it's like when you have to start talking about things, I'm like, I don't know. On my dad's side, I mean, just pick a cancer, he's had it. Pick a problem, he's had it. It's like, did I get the genetic lottery here? Gee, thanks, Dad.
Right?
What do we got here? Peanut butter. You see, I've never done peanut butter and honey.
It's
I
good.
just never have. Peanut butter and apple slices. I've done that.
Oh yeah, love that. Mel doesn't like that either. I love that.
Really? Mel, what the hell?
I do carrots and apple slice or carrots and peanut butter also.
Haven't tried that yet.
It's not bad.
I should eat more vegetables, but still. Vodka's made from potatoes, so it's a vegetable. I win. I'm good. See, there goes the adulting right there. Lost the moral high ground right there.
I mean, you're not lying. Vodka is made from potatoes.
But still. That's like saying French fries are healthy for you. Okay? I mean, come on.
If you bake them, maybe.
Anywho. Now, I know you mentioned you had to get out because of medical. Twisted
Right.
knee at Bragg, right?
Yeah, ankles.
Not ankle, sorry, ankle.
Yeah.
Dummy. I knew it was twisted something. Too far up.
Right.
How did that feel getting out? Because this is something I ask a lot of people. Because when you're in, you've got to shave. You know where your haircut can be. You know what you're going to wear every day. Your whole day, and I've joked about this before, other than us being the fittest alcoholics on the planet, we're like being in a maximum security prison. Because everything is out there for you.
Right.
How did that feel getting out and having that loss of that teamwork and that camaraderie and all that? I mean, it's just there and it's gone.
Yeah, for sure. And I've always said that like, content creation and live streams and this stuff like this is like that camaraderie now, right? Yeah, it was weird for sure. One thing that I developed, from my childhood is the just insane need to take care of my family. So that it was scary on that level. Like, what am I going to do for work? What am I, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I ended up working, I don't anymore, but I worked for the government after that for 17 years, something like that. So it all worked out. I mean, I almost drove a propane truck because that's, where I moved back.
Propane accessories.
Yeah. Provide the community with high quality propane.
Damn it,
but I didn't have to ultimately do that because I did get picked up for a government position. But yeah, for me, that was the biggest change. I mean, I'm a routine guy, which was why the military was great because you know what you're going to be doing at 6 a.m. and, at noon and on Tuesday. And, you go to the motor pool on this day and you go to the field this week and everything is laid out for you. So I'm definitely a routine guy. So that was tough, changing that routine completely. And at this point it was 20 years ago. When was it? It was almost 20 years ago.
Don't get me started on that number. Just don't get me started. God.
Yeah. And thanks, Kevin, and everybody in the chat. I appreciate it. It.
Just because I wore BDUs, the Lord's flannel.
Right.
But still.
I mean, it was almost 20 years ago. So now it's like trying to remember what it was like now. I'm back in a routine. I'm good. I'm happy. But it was definitely a shock at first, having everything regimented for you that way. And now you're, back in an apartment in Kentucky and nobody's telling you what to do.
And you can grow facial hair.
Right.
You know, it's like you don't walk by the bathroom and hear the razor going, "Shave, you bastard, shave." You're like, nope, I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny, with the exception of probably like a 2-week period, my kids have never actually seen my face. So
I've seen you without the beard. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. I'm just saying, I grow mine because it covers up a whole bunch of ugly. You
Right.
know?
Right.
How long would you say it took you to adjust to becoming, well, a civilian? Even though I know you're working for government contracting, which is still, it's regimented with what GS levels and everything else,
Right.
but you're not in. You don't got to salute lieutenants, you know?
Right. I mean, it was still cool. I worked around a lot of soldiers still, so I was still in the environment. So that helped, I think, a lot. Um, Over my career, that sort of dwindled down where I was working. Like when I retired back in July, there was no soldiers that I worked with. So it,
Somebody likes you. Yeah,
hey, what's up, Gary? What's up, Gary?
Whatever, G. Lou. Nah.
It was good that I worked around. There were soldiers there, so it wasn't a huge difference. Except like you said, I mean, we'd go to lunch, they would salute, I would not, things like that. But hey, what's up, Andrew? What's up, Bobby? Greeter. So, but yeah, working in that environment, driving on to Fort Knox, which is where I worked for with the government. Seeing soldiers, being in that environment, that helped a whole lot.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be weird though, being on the outside looking in. It's like I've joked with a company that's based out of North Carolina. I'm like, do you ever just go by the gates on Camp Lejeune with a 12-pack of beer and sit down and go,
right?
Because there's those points where you sit and you go, I'll never do it again. I'll never do this. But it's like it's the best, worst job that you will always miss that teamwork.
Right.
And it always makes me giggle when you go into an environment and they talk about we're a family here, we're a team here. And I'm like, really? So have you lived in a GP small with 8 other guys in MRE farts?
Right.
I'm like, that's how you know family. And when you're like, oh, dude, really? You had the meatballs again? God damn,
Yeah, I mean, it's really different now because, when I did get out, I lived around Fort Knox for so many years. And now I'm up in Wisconsin, and the closest military base is Fort McCoy, which is a reserve base a couple hours away. I don't know. Maybe I'll go up there one weekend and see what it's all about, but I'm sure there's not much up there.
You don't live in Wisconsin. You live in Santa's Village of the Damned. I love you, Mel, but come on.
Well, that's the house. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just saying, Christmas, it's all year in Ken's house.
At least it feels like it too. I mean, in November, it was already 19 degrees outside with a wind chill of 0. So it feels like Christmas Village also.
Exactly. The hidden gold mine of a swamp. Yeah. Oof. Okay. I almost lost it. Nope. All right. There it is. So this is going to sound awkward, but I think it's kind of relevant because it's happened to me. How much has your childhood impacted your parenting style? And this is what I mean. My mother was brutal. All right, I've told you this before. I got beat with the Bible in syllables, which is really bad from an Irish Catholic household because you're wondering how much you're putting in there and everything else as you're getting smacked with it.
Right.
But it's like when I became a dad, I had to fight back those urges because I really wasn't raised with a good parental background, if that makes sense. It was always you lived in fear of the backhand. That's me. How did your childhood impact you in being a parent?
I can't say that part carried with me. Again, most of the stuff that I witnessed as a kid, I did not bring that stuff with me. I knew my entire life that it was wrong. I knew that, you shouldn't chase your kids with a hammer. Got the scar to prove it. I knew, it's funny, right? I can, and I do drink some. I mean, I'll open one up sometimes, but literally I'll open a beer and I'll drink half of it. And it'll just sit there. I've pretty much come to the conclusion that subconsciously, I don't want to be like my mother, so I just don't drink a whole one, you know? Yeah, I don't have a llama and chickens. Don't have that for sure.
Hey, the Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch. That's all I'm saying, Iron Wings. Look it up.
There's, I would say probably the worst thing that I carry forward. There are times I can be short. There are times that I can have a short temper. Now that doesn't translate to me like beating anybody. But I think there's some times, definitely in the past, not so much now. I don't think, Mel, I don't know. You tell me where, I may be too quick to act on something or, whatever without knowing exactly what's going on, things like that. But,
everybody comes in and goes, "Hi, Ken. Hi, Ken. Hi, Ken.
Hey, what's up?
Hi,
everybody?
I'm right here." And please, G, understand, I never said he wasn't. This is stuff we're talking about because it's veteran stuff, it's childhood stuff, it's what we kind of talked about. And Ken's given me areas where I'm allowed to go, and I'm not venturing outside there.
Oh, dude, you can go anywhere you want. Again, I'm an open book, man. But it's when you're 12 years old and you come home from school and your mother is passed out on the floor, overdosed, and you see a bottle laying there.
Yeah.
You just, I don't know I guess everybody doesn't. Luckily, I knew that was not right. I knew growing up that's not how we're supposed to be, right?
Right. And Greeter, that's why you're my favorite. That's all I'm going to say. That's why you're my favorite.
What's up, Jason? So, but most of the stuff that I saw, again, me and my sister went the complete opposite. I've never touched a drug. I barely drink. My sister did. So I don't know how I didn't carry a lot of that forward with me. There's definitely some stuff that I carried forward, some attitudes, some, things like that. But all the worst stuff I didn't, luckily.
Yeah, but okay. So you're a prime example of nature versus nurture really is kind of skewed because you were raised around shit. And please understand, I'm not berating anything. I'm not trying to create any fucking drama. It's real life, what you were raised around.
I was raised. That's a true statement. Yeah.
And you chose to rise above it. And that's why I respect what? Yeah, of course you can. Hey, come here.
Yeah.
Come here. Say hi to Ken.
Hi, Ken.
Hey, you're live on YouTube with 18,000 people.
What do you say to that? Is that kind of cool?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Now get. Don't get a swelled head anymore.
She's like, I'm famous.
Yeah, don't fall again. Oh, man. But like I said, nature versus nurture. So it's really thing because I know for me, how I was raised, kid back talks, it's 5 across the eyes. And you just move on from there.
Right.
I feel like, and you see, and even then, Kevin, I have admitted, like in my step parent vlogs, where I know I have screwed up, so I've had to walk away for a little bit, calm down, get myself under control, come back and go, okay, Daddy messed this up, but let's talk about everything that's happened.
Right. Jason.
Yeah, I know. Everybody says hi to Ken, okay? You'll be surprised, Rob. It's coming up. She really wants to do one, and I'm trying to carefully craft that one for her. So.
There you go.
Hey, it's new math, okay? Come to Washington State, 1-5 Appalachia. I don't know. It's Washington State.
Big beard and board. I'll be honest. I stole that from Jay Cruz. That's one of his famous lines. He would sometimes when my kids would come on camera, he would say that to them, like, "Hey, you're live on YouTube with 50,000 people. What do you want to say?" So makes the kids feel special.
You're like, hey. No, true story at the breakfast table this morning. The news is talking about Pearl Harbor Day tomorrow. And the brat looks at me and goes, "What's that?" I'm like, What are they teaching you in that school? Well, how to embrace our feelings and diversity. I'm like, I'm too old. Please, God, give me my heart attack. Get me out of here.
You see that lady, that beautiful lady in the chat, Mrs. Coach? That's why she homeschools.
I get it now. I really do.
Yep.
I just don't want to be around my kids 24 hours a day. I know that sounds bad, but I just don't. I relish those 8 hours a day. I really do. Okay. I think kids can be a wonderful blessing and a wonderful curse, both at the same time. Simply because I know your daughter, God, if I got this right, your daughter's not yours. You inherited her with the relationship, but you've basically been the only dad she's ever known.
Yeah, she's mine. She's mine. She may
But
not be my blood, but I know what you mean. Yeah.
yeah, and I'm trying to make sure that gets across appropriately because it's like when you're trying to parent the you out of your kids, you're like, I'm done.
Yeah. Right.
It's like earlier scaring the crap out of my daughter in the shower and then touching the toilet bowl and going, holy crap, that's cold, and I hear this good.
Oh, yeah.
Rob. Oh, Rob. Rob, my friend. What, would 10 grand do it?
There you go.
10 grand do it, Rob? Here. I've been throwing another 10 grand for your trouble. Call it Cremo money, brother.
Cash money.
Okay, now, G, that's entirely different because of what you did with your lifestyle. Not your lifestyle. Fuck, that sounds wrong. Your job choices in your career field. I get that. I really do. With me, right now, my career field is a content creator, and I'm home all the time. Simply because that's what my family needs is me here. My better half gets to go off and do whatever. I love my kids, but yeah, no. I love them, but I appreciate that time away,
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, we all need breaks sometimes. I mean, I work from home, Mel homeschools, so we're always home together. I mean, I love it, but you definitely need breaks sometimes.
Then, Rob, maybe we can talk. I don't know. I'm a little afraid of the Rob Acker boot camp, but still.
Rob Acker set anybody straight.
Like I said, Rob, I tip my hat to you. You put on a masterclass last week, so thank you, brother. All right. I know that we all have those wonderful little times where we suffer, we struggle. And the worst part is, as veterans, we're really, really brutal on each other because we expect more. Because we know what we've gone through in one form or another, depending on what branch you served in. I mean, we all pick on the Coast Guard.
Right.
But you got to give that one dude credit for jumping on the drug sub that was going underwater and ripping the hatch open. I'm like, that takes balls. You're good.
Right. Yep.
In the Navy, we pick on them. The Air Force, hey, you're the Uber of the military. Thank you.
Yep, they took me a few places.
I'm just saying they're a sweet little Uber, But it's like when you start getting different is Marine Corps, pipe down, Gary. I don't need you screaming Mattis at the top of your lungs, okay? And you get the Army and you see things that are going on. And you see people, suffering and whatnot. Speaking of suffering, hi, Healthy. Hey, Cruz.
Hey, what's up, Jay Cruz? Happy 2-year, brother.
Yeah, congrats on your 2 years, man. Trust me, the next couple are going to go by quick. And Cruz, I say this with all kinds of love and respect. You better made Fat cry today, bro. I'm proud of what you're doing. Keep up the great work.
Absolutely.
But if you could say one thing to any veteran right now who may be watching this now or in the future who is currently suffering, what would you tell them?
I don't care what you're going through, what you're dealing with, things always get better. They do. The things just get better. I mean, look, we've had a rough November. We've had a rough October and November. I don't know. I've got to a point in my life where things don't bother me, right? I mean, our kitchen caught on fire in November, and I did wake up, and for a second I was like, what the holy F-bomb.
Yeah.
But then it was like, okay, engage, let's fix, let's get through it. I mean, we just bought this house 4 days before that. So we bought this house and we're in a rental right now because we can't be in our house that we bought. Things always get better. There's definitely people that deal with much harder things than that, the things that I deal with. But I genuinely believe no matter what you're going through, things will always get better. You got to find a way to hang on, get through it. You know, reach out to somebody. Don't do it alone, but it will get better.
And, see, and that's the one thing. And this is something that I've said a lot. You know, I've said it an awful lot. When you go to war, they train you as a team. You move as a team, you eat as a team, you sleep as a team, you fight as a team. God forbid, don't be like, you know, some of the sailors that fornicate as a team. Remember that. Remember brothers. Remember that thing, that camaraderie. Reach out and talk to somebody. Because I can tell I've been suffering in certain areas, and it's nice to be able to call somebody like I called, Mom, Sober Chef Eric, and went, hey, I need clarity on this. Can you give me your feedback? I've even done it with you, Ken, where I've reached out and went, hey, did I screw the pooch here? You know, to have that willingness to open yourself up and be honest. Now, I will admit, the VA is just not the greatest at times, but there are options. There's also veterans groups in your area. Oh, where'd it go? Where'd it go? See, somebody. Thank you. Finally, somebody. Here. You get 20 grand from Cremo. And it's having that ability to open yourself up, you know, because I get it. Like when you go to basic training, you've got all those idiots who are like, yeah, man, back on the block, I was wanted. I had death warrants on me. Everyone's trying to kill me. You're like, whatever, man. And you learn how to be around other people and interact with certain things. Now, while I also freely admit, sometimes when people want to help, it's a closed fist and hidden, but you've got to be able to keep moving forward.
Right.
You know? I mean, God, how can I put it? Like with you, I've watched you stumble a little bit, but you roll forward. I've watched you get angry over certain things, but you've kept moving forward.
Right.
And that's what I think we need to get that message across is stop the bullshit and just get the help you need. There's no dishonor in it.
Yeah, definitely don't be afraid to reach out. Reach out to somebody you trust. If the VA is all you have, reach out to the VA. I mean, you know, the VA has some good programs. But definitely don't be afraid to reach out to somebody. And that me, I mean, reach out to me. If you have nobody else, find me on social media, reach out to me. You know, I mean that 100%.
Yeah. You've always got that guy.
Yeah.
You know, you've always got that guy. But on a little bit of a lighter note, do you ever just get on YouTube and watch some of these new privates in basic training filming videos?
No, I've heard you talk about it, but I did watch one time that you talked about the girl who I forget what it was now, like probably a year ago. Some girl made a video about, was it about the mess hall? I don't know, something.
I was promised my own little condo with a kitchen and, you know, with no roommate. My recruiter lied to me. I'm like, you're at Fort Campbell, sweetheart. What did you think you were going to?
Yeah. Yeah. No, but no, I don't watch a lot of it. Oddly enough, I just don't, not for any reason. I just don't. Other interests, I guess, take up my time, but I will say that there's some things about the military that have changed. I mean, I noticed that when I was, you know, as a civilian at Fort Knox. It's definitely some differences now.
I watch Angry Cops. Have you heard of that channel?
Angry Cops?
Yeah, Angry Cops.
Uh-uh.
He is he's a reservist out of Buffalo, New York, who is also a full-time police officer. And he makes some incredibly funny videos, and he's got different characters in his video, like Private Dirtbag, who's always trying to teach you how to sham. And, you know, the whole uniform and the whole voice timbre and everything's different.
Right.
But when I'm watching him talking about eliminating the shark attack in basic training, I'm like, why? I still remember that. That's like the frighteningest thing ever when you've got to. And you're
Right.
like, what? You know, nothing you're going to do is going to be right, but they got to rip you apart and build you back up.
They got 9 weeks. They got 9 weeks. I'm assuming it's still 9 weeks, but they have 9 weeks to break you down from that street guy or girl and make you a soldier. So
But it's funny watching this drill instructor talking about stuff going on currently in the military and watching him lose his shit because he remembers what it was like way back when.
Right.
Why doesn't that surprise me, G? Why doesn't that surprise me? And no, I saw your comment about Marine Corps boot camp. No, thank you. Nope.
I mean, Gary says 13 weeks for them. He calls us softies because it's 9. But Gary, I mean, they spend 5 weeks teaching you guys which crayons to eat. So, I mean, that's part of your training.
All I'm saying, the blue ones taste like snozberries, right, Gary? Oh my God. You see, it's one of those weird things where I like that YouTube for veterans and veteran groups have opened up a brand new area where you can see things and possibly help people. I mean, granted, you've learned some really sick things, like up in Canada with the assisted suicide. They had a case recently where a vet called the hotline going, I need help. I don't want to die. And the idiot on the other end of the phone went, hey, I can't remember the exact acronym, but he's like, here, why don't you look into medically killing yourself? Here, I'll walk you through the paperwork. I've done it with other people.
Right.
I've even consoled their widows after they did it. I'm like, you would get killed, you know? Yeah. Here I am calling you going, I need help. And then, and speaking of that, we really got to get that number down. You know, the 22 a day. Is it 22? Is it 7? Is it 14? Is it 44? Like some people are saying. And yeah, seriously, it's a true story that happened up in Canada. They couldn't fire the dude because they keep covering up for that one little caller. They do have military medical assisted suicide for veterans. I can't even begin to think.
Yeah.
The government funding you to kill their warfighters who need help.
Right. That's crazy. That's not something I've heard or read about.
I actually found out about it because of Angry Cops video. He lit them up. Just like he lit up this one chick over stolen valor for a VFW and how she used to work for the VA and were stealing people's medical forms and changing them to get hers and all the benefits she got and all the money she got and everything else she got. And then she got caught. It's like a 27-minute video of him lighting her up.
I do like the Stolen Valor videos. I check those out a lot.
Okay, some of those are really funny, dude. I mean, oh my God, seriously? Some, some people are just doing it to cash in on the I'm going to get clicks and views and everything else. It's like, yeah, man, I got Barack Obama on the phone right now. Hold on. Oh, what super secret special forces meeting? Okay, I'm on the way.
Right. I like the ones that, they put on the Sergeant Major rank, and then they have every award the Army has. They have 5 of them, and they have how many infantry badges you have? I don't think that's possible, but good job. Okay.
You're a door gunner on the space shuttle when we landed on Mars.
Yay! Like if you're going to pretend to be a soldier, maybe don't pretend to be like the Rambo soldier, Don't have every award and multiple, it's crazy.
Now, you see, Unofficial Ken, I will say it like this. If you are ever on a phone call and Don Shipley's calling you, don't be like those idiots who go on Oprah or every other talk show in the glass booth. It's not a good thing. It is never a good thing. You hear his voice. Ooh, what? Oh, bye. Done. See ya. Because you're about to get outed in a really, really, really bad way.
Right.
All right.
I'm going to check out this Angry Cop. I see Iron Wings message there also. I'm going to check that out. I haven't seen that channel.
Seriously, you're going to laugh so hard over certain things. My favorite character of his is Private Potato. Oh my God. The Army came up with the cringiest recruitment video where they took 5 stories that should have been great, and the way they handled them, like that poor helicopter pilot who got outed for having 2 moms. And she was really cool because, like, when he was filming the video and word got out that he was doing it, she contacted him and said, I can't wait to watch your video. This is going to be great. You know the military, and when he did the whole private potato thing to make fun of the military's recruitment video, oh,
I'm gonna check this channel out. See you, Russ. Appreciate you being here, man.
Russ, brother, you have fun, man. If you like the Elmo stuff that I sent you, private potato is going to have you in tears.
Okay, you heard that, Mel? There's our watching for tonight.
Seriously, Angry Cops is fucking awesome. Like when he bought a house, like a tax kind of house, and it's really, really bad what they did to it. He's got this running series now called This Old Crack House. He's had to rebuild it from the foundation up. I literally have one of his t-shirts back here, one of the little olive green things. One of them is Make Corrective Training Great Again. And the other is This Old Crack House. I had to get one of those. I had to.
Yeah, I'll be going down the rabbit hole of this channel.
Oh, it's well worth it.
I got it written down. I also wrote down, because we were talking about it, I still need to call the Milwaukee VA and switch everything up from Louisville. So thanks for that reminder.
See, I can't ever do that. I'm like Louisville or Louisville. I can't do the
Louisville.
I can't do it. Hey, he'll get all his toys back soon, okay?
I've got everything I need. The iPhone works just fine for the camera, so yeah.
Yes. You should have seen him in the green room. Check 1 2, check 1 2. Sound okay. Check the lighting. Is everything okay? All right. Is his face looking all right? Makeup!
Right? Waiting for Mel to come running here and fix my beard. Yeah.
I was kind of, if you'd have done that, I was wondering if she's going to run in with like a Kent comb or, a Chicago comb. Go, we got you.
Right? They're never too far away. Thanks, Iron Wings. I'll check that out, man.
Yeah, it's once you go down that Angry Cops rabbit hole, like he has said repeatedly, he knows he'll never get a promotion because of his YouTube channel. It's even been brought up before in his NCOERs about his YouTube channel.
Oh, this guy's still in?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
He's a reservist.
Okay.
And some of the stuff he does when he comes out, he goes, I do not represent the Department of Defense, the Department of the Army, any of this stuff. This is all me talking.
Right.
He's even had colonels' wives call him and attack him over stuff.
Yeah.
You are going to love that channel. You are going to love it. You're going to love it. You're going to love it.
I'm going to check it out. I'll start with whatever Iron Wings sent to me. Yeah.
While I agree about there's nothing wrong with being a perfectionist, there's a fine line between a perfectionist and a dickhead. Ooh, sorry, Rob. Hi. Don't worry. He'll fire me up later. True story. He sent me a message, like a voice message the other day, and I saw it pop up on my my iPad, and my butt puckered. I was like, "Oh, what the fuck did I just do now?"
Right.
And shaking to play that message, But it's things like that I think as a vet that we need. We need those people who will help call you up on your certain things and check you at certain times.
Right.
I don't have TikTok. I just have Pornhub. I'm good.
I'll stick with TikTok.
You have to. You're married. Oh, man. All right. So I know you let it leak at the beginning of this that you're coming back with like true crime.
Yep.
How much have you enjoyed that? Because I will tell you, watching your Daryl Brooks stuff, it's been entertaining. It has been really, really entertaining.
It's funny. I've always loved true crime stuff. Like me and Mel, that's what we watch pretty much all the time is true crime, documentaries, movies, whatever. That's the stuff we like to watch. But I never considered making content out of it. Never even thought about it until that Daryl Brooks case, which, that case is basically in our backyard. And I was like, man, I really love doing this. I really love, looking this stuff up and making content about it. So that's exactly how it started. Luckily it was kind of the perfect storm of, I had to take a break from creating content because we were moving and packing up the house and moved to Wisconsin, and, everything was in boxes and stuff like that. So, I got a good break, and found that, still have my phone so I can still create TikTok content. And yeah, that's how it happens. So that is what I'm doing now. Yeah. True crime. Actually, I've got an interview set up, with an author who wrote a book about her experience with the legal system after her father killed her stepmother. So that'll be my first live stream interview. Don't have a date for it yet, but that'll be my first interview live stream.
See, and this is one thing I'm kind of curious about. It just came to me a moment ago. With your childhood, I can easily see the true crime stuff because it's like you trying to figure out what got in her head, to do the things she did. Make sense?
Either that or I just want her to go to prison and face justice. I don't know.
Okay, that too.
But yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't know. It's something I've always had a love for. So can I help Chico get off probation? I don't know, man.
No. There's no.
I'll go check on him. We got a restaurant here called Chico's. I'll go see how he's doing.
Oh, got to be a Spanish restaurant, right?
I haven't been there. I have to ask Mel. Oh wait, no, it's not a restaurant. I think Mel said that it's a clothing store. Mel, correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe a clothing store.
But Primo, I will tell you this. You go tell, what would it be in Spanish? But whatever, Cousin Chico. I like his new packaging for his honey at Walmart. It's really cool in the bag form now. Makes it so much easier to make.
So let me, if you don't mind real quick, let me answer Tevin's question. What happened to Bluegrass Beard and just hit record?
I was kind of overlooking that one. I wasn't sure if you wanted to talk about that.
Oh yeah, I'll take it. I mean, what happened to Bluegrass Bearded is honestly, I just lost interest. Not in beard products by any means, but just lost interest. I mean, for me, and I'm not talking about any bearded content creator because there's some great ones, but for me, I got to a point where I could only talk about a bottle of beard oil, so many more times. Just kind of lost passion for it. Just hit record was something that I thought that I would like to do. And I did, but it was a lot of work. That's something else that kind of fell by the wayside whenever I, changed my job and we moved because I had less time to put the work into doing something like that. And then, the break was good because I found the love for this true crime stuff, and I'm just creating content, having fun now. I'm not doing classes. I'm not doing, one-on-one with people to help them with content. I would still do that for people if they have questions, but I'm not trying to build a business around content creator coaching. I'm just having fun now. And I think that's where I sort of lost my focus from content creation, is doing it because I loved it. It became more of a job. And I always said, if this ever feels like a job to me, then I will quit and do something else.
Yep. No, I get that. I get that 100%. I really, really do.
Yeah. I'm one that believes I don't think there's anything wrong with changing your mind. If you decide you want to do something else, change hobbies. You can reinvent yourself as many times as you need to. Personally, I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. I'm for it. And that's pretty much exactly what I did.
See, I think, and you said it beautifully about reinventing yourself, because change comes into your life at weird times. It's whether you choose to accept it and embrace it and roll with it, or do you have to have a long drag out fight to get where you should have gone anyway?
Right.
And I will admit, it's interesting getting a new channel up and running again, because I'm so used to when you're monetized, you've got so many things you've got to do to post a video. Over on my Wargaming channel, it's 4 steps. Okay, good. 4 steps. I didn't know if I had an extra thumb in there somewhere, but it's only 4 steps.
Right.
And it's so interesting to sit and film a video and just enjoy it again.
Yep.
And yeah, and Rob's got it, and passion wins. That's why I said my other channel is an old guy's passion project. You know, it's getting back into something I did a while ago. I'm not going to say how many years. I'm just not going to do it. Not going to do it. I don't think Tevin was alive the last time I was doing this war game.
I'll save the old jokes for the Thursday night chat.
No, everyone else has them in there. It's okay. Everyone else has got them. All right, man. We're coming up on that hour, so we're going to do a little bit of fun stuff here at the end, all right? Someone had to do it. I saw it. Someone had to do it.
I knew somebody in the chat would take care of it. I didn't have to say anything. Good job,
thought
Ken.
it'd be either Acker, Primo, or, Gary. But still.
Right.
As a vet, I know we look at things differently. I know we see the world differently, and we have the weirdest job on the planet. I know there's a lot of stuff from your military career. I mean, I know for me as well, and I know every other vet that's sitting there in the chat, you just carry it forward like the regimented parts of your life. I really want to thank you for coming on tonight and talking about some weird stuff, because I think we see a different side of you. Now, granted, some of this people have known because you have been gracious enough to talk about it before. I'm going to say this. I'm going to make you feel a little awkward for just a moment, okay?
Probably can't.
Well, I'm going to fucking try just for fun. Here is a great example, guys, of a vet who has embraced change and rolled with change. Here's a guy who has overcome his past to be able to make a very successful life for himself and his family. Now, from what I know of Mel, I know she's going to kill me if I get this wrong. There is no way in hell she would date an absolute loser and let an absolute fuck up be around her kids.
Right.
I am grateful for you, because you're one of those, when I have screwed things up, we talk. And it's that feeling that I want to take everyone to take from tonight. That simple thing. The fact that you can find somebody like a Ken. Oh my God, I actually pointed the right way. Fuck.
Good job.
I am growing up. Damn. Find someone like a Ken that you can speak to, that you can open yourself up to, that you can vent to. Because a problem shared is a problem halved.
Right.
Ken may not understand everything I'm going through. They gone.
I've still got that video somewhere.
That was still one of the funniest moments. And you're right. It isn't a curse. It's a blessing.
Yep.
But it also makes you look at things really, really differently, like world events and everything else. But what, the whole huge thing, weekends.
There we go.
His evil doppelganger right there.
I love
see the things you can't.
Look, it's been a while since I've been on a live stream. I'll say I love the unofficial Ken thing, man. Ken's a good friend of mine, great dude. But the first time that I saw in a chat, I thought it was a troll. And then I saw the picture. I was like, oh, wait, that's Ken.
But it's that, guys, take that forward, okay? I want you to look at something. We've talked about some heavy subjects tonight. We've talked about some weird stuff to liven it up, like angry cops. No fighting, no drama, no bullshit. Just two vets sitting down for a talk. And that's what Let's Talk is about, is just sitting down and speaking about our experiences and speaking about life stuff. And, granted, it's only an hour show, so we got to move through some things quickly. It's only an hour show because I respect my guests for giving up their time to come on. The fact that this man, we almost had to break him out of the emergency room. I even gave him crap when he said he had COVID. I'm like, you could get anything to get out of my show, aren't you?
Man, it was so mild, though. I mean, yeah.
Aaron, how you doing, man? How'd that
What's up,
speech turn out?
Hold on, Aaron. You haven't heard this in a while, bro.
Go, Pat, go!
That was every time Aaron came in my chat and my stream, that's what he got. He hasn't heard that, so yeah.
Hey, my Cowboys played one good game this year. I'm happy.
Man, they killed it Sunday.
That's okay. One
Holy
good game.
cow.
I'm good. I can hold my head high on one game.
Yeah.
But I'm going to turn it over to you for a moment before we do the usual little end shenanigans. Is there anything you might want to add as we're wrapping everything up to put out there for anybody?
No, again, I mean, life is hard. Life sucks. Again, in the last month, we have moved. We closed on a house that we spent, several months getting to that point because we were selling a house also. And then we move in and 4 days later catches fire. Now we're in a rental 3 minutes away. It sucks, but look at the positive. Here's the positive of that whole situation, right? The entire house, top floor there was smoke damage. So we're getting brand new carpet, brand new flooring, brand new walls, brand new appliances, counters, cabinets, everything is brand new. I mean, find the positive if you can. And obviously, if the entire house would have burned down, if it would have been worse, it'd be a lot worse. I mean, the whole house would be rebuilt. It would just take longer, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing that we can't get through. And people make jokes, Chris, you've said it before that I'm laid back and that, I got the voice that can put people to sleep or whatever. And I've had plenty of people tell me that on TikTok too. It's like all of a sudden there's all these people are like, can you do a podcast so I can sleep? Like what? But I think I got to that point just from going through crap, right? So we can get through anything,
True.
And don't be afraid to reach out. I'll say that again. Don't be afraid to reach out. Don't be afraid to talk to somebody. If you can't get through it yourself, definitely get help, whether that's from a friend, from the VA, from any other organization. Don't be afraid to reach out and get help. And Aaron, I see your comment. If you think that I didn't like smoke scented beer products before, holy crap, I can't stand the smell now.
Somewhere out there, Taps is going, smoke.
Right. Yeah.
Alrighty, guys. Tomorrow will be the weirdest unbagging video I've ever done. If you watched the commission last Thursday, you know exactly what the product is. It's weird. Very, very weird. But on that weird note, guys, we're going to kind of wrap it up right there. Ken, thank you so much. It has been an honor to have you here tonight. Like I said, when I came up with the concept for this series, you were a dream guest.
I appreciate it, man. I like talking about stuff like this. If somebody in the chat is helped by something, or if somebody on the replay, if something from this helps them, then I'm all for it. I'll talk about anything.
Yep. And all you guys on the replay squad, make sure like you usually do, #replay squad. You guys have been the backbone of this channel for a very, very long time, and I am very, very grateful for you guys. All I can say is stay tuned. This show is going to get really, really interesting. We've got some great veteran companies lined up. I'm approaching some other veteran influencers. We're approaching an awful lot. So I can't wait to get this fully up and running like I know it should be. But still, I'm enjoying this. It's been an amazing experience so far. And Mel, one day I might reach out for you, because I know you've got a great story. You've got a killer one.
She had, as far as the military itself goes, she had worse things than I did.
Tevin, you're both. Seriously, how did you get out of the mason jar again? Get back in there. Get back in there.
I'm thinking back to a specific live stream that I'm not going to say, but it involved Tevin and yeah,
strawberry
birthdays,
dream.
strawberries,
strawberry dream.
Right.
Love you, brother. Again. But on that note, guys, Ken, stick around. Like I said, the green room got a couple things for you. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. Like I said, tomorrow is going to be the weirdest unbagging video ever. On that wonderful note, guys, thank you so much. Make sure to take time for yourself. Make sure to take time for you to make you happy, because if you're not happy, it's going to affect everything in your life. On that note, we'll see you soon.